Welcome back to RubberDucks Warmup. Marco LaNave joined by RubberDucks pitcher Matt Wilkinson. And Matt, getting to know you a little bit, what are your earliest memories of the game of baseball?
Probably just watching my brother play growing up. Just always at the field all the time, family thing, so just pretty much that.
What was your brother's name? How far did he go with baseball?
Garrett, he didn't go too far, but just I remember watching growing up, probably like age 5 to 10. So,
What made you fall in love with the game?
probably that, just playing it all the time growing up. Me and my buddies would always play wiffle ball and stuff like that growing up in the park, so probably that. Just, it's been around, been in my family forever, so stuff like that.
Now, you're originally from British Columbia, is that right?
Yeah.
And what was baseball like there in terms of, was it a popular sport?
It was popular, yeah. I wouldn't say it's the most popular. Obviously, hockey probably trumped that, but it was popular. My buddies loved it. Pretty much all my friend group played it growing up, so it was fun. It was competitive and stuff like that.
Which players and teams did you enjoy following? Were your favorites growing up?
Obviously, the Blue Jays, being from Canada. I liked watching Clayton Kershaw pitch growing up, so watched a lot of Dodgers games. But yeah, probably just Blue Jays.
You got to appear for a Canadian team at the Little League World Series. How did that opportunity come about, and what was that journey like for you?
It was just Little League. It was like White Rock was the closest one to me, so the coach came to my dad and said we have a chance to go to the Little League World Series, and I took not chance because I'm 12 years old, but it was it's always something I wanted to do, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It was probably one of the cooler baseball memories I've ever had, as a 12-year-old, but, it was cool, and, that's kind of where it all started.
The success that you had there, that memorable game, struck out 16, right? What do you remember about that day, and what was its impact for you after that?
I don't remember much of it. It was like the first blackout moment, I guess, for myself on the mound. 12 years old pitching in front of 10,000 people was definitely a big step up from your just local games. But it was cool. It was 12-year-old's dream is to be there at baseball's paradise. So it was a dream come true at the time, and it's definitely cool to look back at now.
When did it seem like professional baseball would be a real opportunity for you?
It was always a dream of mine, but I didn't really know until probably junior college when I first started to get some interest from pro teams. But it was always been a dream of mine. But I had to work hard to get here, and still a lot more to do. But excited for what's next.
As a pitcher, what pitches do you throw, and when things are going well, what are they doing?
Fastball, cutter, sweeper, and a changeup. The fastball plays up better than the velo. I don't throw the hardest, and I think everyone knows that, but it's got some good ride with low release height, so rely on that a good amount. But I'm starting to, dial in the cutter and sweeper. Changeup's still work in progress at the moment, but everything's starting to really put together as of late. The spring training was good, off season was good with the cutter, and so just trying to build on that and go from there.
Which was the hardest of those pitches to learn?
Changeup, probably. It's just such a reliable pitch, and it's very useful if you use it at the right time and stuff like that. So just trying to dial that in is kind of my goal going forward.
You mentioned that unique release and how it plays with the fastball. When did you learn that there was something more unique about that, and how you threw it in particular?
Probably just when technology got more into baseball. It was probably junior college was the first time when pro scouts were starting to talk about it and stuff like that. But honestly, probably not until then. Technology is a big piece of baseball now, so probably just when that took more of a, probably 2022, something like that.
Well, you were drafted, of course, by Cleveland. What was your first impression of this organization?
Awesome. First week of being drafted, they just show you all the homegrown talent and stuff like that, and who they produce, and what they've done with pitchers in the past, and what they continue to still do. And it's been awesome so far, and credit a lot of my success to the coaching staff, and just a lot of it to them, putting me in good spots to pitch well, and just being able to attack some of the development side of things has been awesome.
When did your teammates get wind of your nickname, Tugboat, and how did they start to approach that?
Probably the first day they met me. I mean, I don't know, it's just universal at this point. If I hear my name, I think it's like I'm in trouble or something. So, I've embraced it and I love it, so it's kind of about it.
What would you say is the biggest difference between the pitcher you were when you were drafted and the pitcher that you are now?
Just think confidence level is a big thing, especially with pitching. I think like being able to be confident on the mound is a big part of it, but also just relying on your coaching staff, and development side of it, of like being able to make your pitches better at all times. Like there's never going to be the perfect pitch. It can always get better. So having that mindset, and I think that's kind of just been the goal ever since I got to Cleveland. So now it's just how can we get better after each outing and then go from there.
Taking a brief look back at your first couple seasons as a pro, 2024, you finish winning a championship with Lake County. Last season, you were at Lake County as well. Just briefly, what was happening for you developmentally that was big in each of those years?
I mean, well, first year, everything went right? So I just pitched well and, got rewarded for it. We won a championship. It was awesome. It was a great team. Pretty much the same team here now. So, that was cool there. And then last year, it was definitely like, I wouldn't say rude awakening, but like I needed it. I needed to be humbled a little bit, just failing like a good amount, something that I think a lot of people need to go through, and how you can bounce back from it. And I feel like I ended the year really well there, and now I'm just trying to take that into this year and like how can I blend both years together and stuff like that. So
before this season got underway, you were pitching for Team Canada at the World Baseball Classic. What did that mean to you? How did that come about?
I was just got a phone call from the coach. Guess they asked if I wanted to play on the team, and obviously, of course, I was all over it. I wanted to represent my country and stuff like that. So, it was cool, and I thought it would be a great experience. Didn't expect to get big innings or pitch in some of the spots that I did, but I was excited that I got there, and when it was a cool experience getting to play with some big leaguers, seeing how they do it and how they go about their business and stuff like that.
Who did you learn from the most or watch as you were part of that team?
Probably just James Paxton. He was in the bullpen, so I was a bullpen arm that tournament, so it was definitely a different experience for me as well, but just picking their brain. I said pre-tournament that I was going to go in there like a sponge and just learn as much as I possibly can, and I feel like I did. I learned a lot, picked a lot of people's brains, just took as much as I could out of it as possible, and it turned out great.
And now to touch briefly on your most recent start, you start with 5 perfect innings and what ends up being a no-hitter for the Akron RubberDucks. What did it feel like for you on the mound that day? Did it feel any different than a typical start?
I wouldn't say any different. It wasn't like nothing was different about it. I just my stuff felt good and sharp. Was putting the ball where I needed to, and dialed in my plan of attack with Jacob Kozart, the catcher. So we hit that plan of attack to a T, and just when you throw good pitches in good spots, good stuff will happen. It was fun to be a part of. I didn't even realize it when I got out of the game that we had a no-hitter until I came back out after the 7th inning. But it was a cool experience, and it was awesome to be a part of.
What was it like for you mentally, emotionally in the dugout when you got back to the dugout and started seeing your teammates try to make this happen?
That was awesome. It's just like the forbidden rule. You just can't talk about it, right? So you're trying to think of everything just to do besides the no-hitter and stuff like that. And I think it's better like that. But, it's cool. The emotions are high. And then obviously when the last out happened, it was definitely a cool thing to be a part of.
And Matt, as you look at the starts, the opportunities in front of you, what are the areas you'd most like to see some improvement now?
Just continuing to get better every day on the mound. Obviously, would love to throw harder. I mean, try and chase some velocity, but do that. But obviously just how can I get better after each outing, and just continuing to put Akron in a good spot to win games.
Well, Matt, you've certainly done that so far this season. We're excited to have you. Best of luck as we continue the year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's RubberDucks pitcher Matt Wilkinson, Tugboat. And this is RubberDucks Warmup.